So we are discussing the agile development or agile development. What agile or agile means? It means the flexibility. The manifesto of agile software development, it says that we are uncovering better ways of developing software by doing it and helping others to do it. And they came to conclusion that what they intend to speak is that the processes and tools are more important in the classical software lifecycle models. Comprehensive documentation, contract negotiation, following a plan, all these are very important as far as the classical lifecycle models or process models we have seen. But Agile says that the individual and their interactions are more important than the processes and tools. Rather than having comprehensive documentation, it is always better to have a working software. Just negotiating the contract is not enough. Involve the customer. Let us have a customer collaboration. And following a plan would not do. Let's respond to change, means be available and be ready for any change. This means that while there is a value in the items on this right, they agree to this. But Agile Manifesto believes in the item on the left more. So, what exactly this agility means is the response to change in a rapid, adaptive, and effective manner, and communication, a lot of communication between the stakeholders. It may be all the interested parties in the software development, and then drawing the customer onto the team, if not individually or physically. Anyway, the customer has to be there all the time, and organizing the team such that it is in control of the work performed. Just leaving things to certain group of people will not do. So agility in conclusion means rapid incremental delivery of software. The agility and cost of change, how they are related, that the conventional wisdom in software development, which were supported by decades of experience, is that cost of change increases non-linearly as project progresses. This means as the project would progress, this is the development schedule progress, and as the project would progress, if at all some change has to be done or some requirements has to be changed, the cost would be very high. But proponents of agility or those who advocate agility, they would argue that a well-designed agile process flattens this curve. See, it flattens this curve. This just allowing the software team to accommodate changes at a later stage also in the software project, and without even costing much or affecting the budget or the cost and the time of completion. So an agile process is driven by customer descriptions, what is required. We call them as scenarios. It recognizes that plans are just short-lived. From inception to completion, we don't agree that a plan should start and end here. They are short-lived. Agile process develops software interactively with heavy emphasis on the construction activities. This part is construction. So all those parts which are preceding or succeeding construction, they are given importance, but not that much importance as it is given in the classical life cycle. Most of the concentration is on the construction part, and we deliver the multiple software increments. That is, it is an incremental delivery and adapts as change occurs. The most important agility means the adaptation or the readiness for the change. So agile or agility principles, any agile software process, how to characterize it? It will be characterized in a manner that addresses a number of key assumptions about the majority of the software projects, these agility principles. That is, the highest priority is to satisfy the customer through early and continuous delivery of valuable software. The customer is not going to wait because he is giving you a task, he has to complete certain tasks. And also the welcome to the change or requirements changing, even in the later stages of the development. So agile processes, they welcome the change for customers' competitive advantage, which is required because At the later stage, it would come that the customer will say, I would require this, my competitor has this. So you have to welcome the change. And frequent delivery of software is important. That is, it may be a couple of weeks to couple of months. May not go for years. And the time scale should be short as possible. The business people and developers must work together daily throughout the project. Means those who has given us task and those who are completing this task, both should be involved. And project around is concentrated around the motivated individuals. Means the environment and the support should be such that you trust your people that they will get the job done. And most important is face-to-face conversation. That is the efficient and effective method of giving information, conveying information, is not just by passing information through certain means, telling it to your secretary and ask her to send the message. No, it has to be face-to-face conversation. And the working software is the primary measure of progress, not other things or other metrics which we use. The working software is all what we care about. And the agile processes, they promote sustainable development. That means the sponsors or the developers or the users, they should be able to maintain a constant pace indefinitely. The most important thing is the technical excellence and good design. So there is an continuous attention to these two, which will actually enhance your agility more. And simplicity. Art of maximizing the amount of work done is essential. And you need to have best architecture, requirement and design. This would only come when you have a self-organizing teams. Means team which is by itself self-organizing. You are not going to place a label that you are this, but the team is self-organizing. And at regular intervals, the team reflects on how to become more effectively or do the job effectively. Then would adjust accordingly. They will behave in the manner which is required or sought. Since the human factor is important, everything which comes will require human intervention, human development, human resource, human excellence, human interactions. So the process molds to the need of people and team, not the other way around. What are the key traits that must exist among the people on agile team and the team itself? They must have competence. They need to have a common focus, collaboration between all of them, decision-making ability for each and every person. The fuzzy problem-solving ability means highly, not 0 or 1, but highly, partially, somewhat. All these answers should be given. And the trust and love and trust and respect for one another. And self-organization. You do this task, I will do this task. Okay, let me do this task, I will assign this task. This is self-organization. Then comes the XP, that is, Agile is a manifesto. Agile development is what guides a software development. But if you want to follow certain life cycle models in Agile, then XP is the most widely used Agile process. And it was proposed by Kent Beck. And we have a recent variant also, we call it as IXP, Industrial XP. So XP, what does, extreme programming does what? He defined a set of 5 values to establish a foundation for all work performed as a part of XP. So these 5 values, what Ken Beck has proposed, is communication, simplicity, feedback, courage and respect. Means all these 5, they are the guiding force, or they are drivers of specific XP activities, actions and tasks. Extreme programming, the extreme programming or XP uses an object-oriented approach as its preferred development paradigm. First of all, extreme programming object-oriented approach to encompass a set of rules and practice that occur within the context of 4 framework activity. And these activities are similar to the classical life cycle: planning, design, coding and testing. So first of all, the planning starts. In the planning, the user requirements are called as user stories, and the acceptance test criteria is made, and how to iterate these user stories, because once one user story is finished, we have to take the another user stories. Then what about the design in this XP? CRC cards are made. Simple design and CRC cards are made, and these CRC cards are distributed among the team, and who comes up with the better idea or the best idea and all would agree, then that design is taken, or that idea is taken, and then spike solution, that is prototypes, are you know formulated. In the coding period, there is pair programming, which means two individuals would sit together and they will do the pair programming. And refactoring means making your software or code better and better for efficiency, performance, or removing those code or those part which are not necessary, or that are creating some problem. This is what refactoring means. After coding has been done, the testing starts with unit test and the continuous integration at the coding part, along with the acceptance test at testing. And the release is very important, because the software increment, the project velocity is computed and the increment are released in short times. In extreme programming, it starts with the or begins with the creation of user stories. And agile team, they sit together, they assess this user story, and they assign a cost to each user story. And then these stories are grouped together. These are stories. They are grouped together for a deliverable increment. Then a commitment is made that okay, we will deliver this, and this will take this much of time, and this time is very short. And after the process has started, the first increment, the project velocity, is used to help define what would be our next delivery date for the upcoming increments. In XP, we have various phases. This was planning, then XP design, XP coding, and XP testing. In XP design, we use a KISS principle, that is, keep it simple. We encourage the use of CRC cards. CRC cards are nothing but the cards which are given to the team, and they will all brainstorm and come to a conclusion and find out the best solution which is possible. For difficult design problem, we can suggest the creation of spike solutions as a design prototype. And XP design encourages refactoring always, means iterative refinement of the internal program design. The design may be changed. The refactoring can be done. Say if 7 lines are there, refactoring may result in 3 lines. So it would be good to maintain less complex code. And XP coding at this stage, it recommends the construction of a unit test for a store before coding commences. So this is very important about XP. Before even starting the code, unit tests are already constructed, and the pair programming, 2 people would sit together and they will program. Then XP testing, all unit tests are executed daily. Please understand, all the unit tests are done or executed daily, and the acceptance tests are defined by the customer and executed to assess customer visible functionality. Then, as I indicated, one more version is industrial XP, and Joshua, he describes this IXP as IXP is an organic evolution of XP, and it is imbued with the XP's minimalist, customer-centric, test-driven spirit. Please understand, XP is test-driven. IXP differs most from the original XP in its greater inclusion of management, because it is industrial XP. It is expanded role for the customer and is upgraded technical practices. So IXP incorporates 6 new practices that are designed to help ensure that an XP project works successfully for significant projects that are for the large organization. The most widely used of all agile process model is XP, but there are various other agile process models that have been proposed, and they are used across the industry worldwide. And most common of them are ASD, Adaptive Software Development; Scrum, DSDM, that is Dynamic System Development Model; Crystal, Feature Development or Drive Development; Lean Software Development; Agile Modeling, and Agile Unified Process. So all the agile process model, they conform to the manifesto we have discussed of agile software development and the principles we've discussed earlier. What about adaptive software development? ASD is proposed by Jim, and it is proposed as a technique for building complex software and systems. And the philosophical underpinnings of ASD focus on 2 things: human collaboration and team self-organization. What are the distinguishing features or different features of ASD? First is the planning is mission driven. The focus is on the components, that is component based focus. It uses time boxing. The time is boxed, means you have to compete in this time frame, and also the risks are taken in consideration. Also, the collaboration in the requirement gathering is very important. Then, while the process is going on, throughout the process, learning is important. Then comes the Scrum. Scrum are these principles are consistent with the Agile Manifesto, and the name of Scrum has derived from an activity that occurs during a rugby match. And these are used to guide development activities within a process that incorporate uh, various framework activities pertaining to Scrum. First is requirements, analysis, design, evolution, and delivery. So, in this framework, each framework work tasks occur within a process pattern, which is called a sprint. So with each framework activity like this, work tasks occur within a process. We call it as a sprint. Again, related to the rugby match. Scrum has got its name from a rugby game and originally proposed by Schwaber and Weidel. There are certain distinguishing features of Scrum. Scrum is also agile. It follows the Agile Manifesto. So the development work is partitioned into packets, and the testing and documentation are ongoing as the product is constructed. Please understand, testing and documentation they are because whenever the product is constructed, they are also ongoing, and they are sprints means fast runs. So work occurs in sprints, and these are derived from the backlog of existing requirement. Means those requirements that are not been done, those are considered as backlog, and these backlogs are taken, and then sprints are done. Sprints, fast run. Meetings are very short and sometimes conducted without chairs, standing, and demos are delivered to the customer with time box located. So this is the Scrum process, complete Scrum process. What happens here is that we have these are different backlogs. Backlog means these things are remaining. So features assigned, these are assigned to sprint. And now this product backlog, these are the prioritized product features desired by the customer. That means this is having one priority, this is having two, three, and likewise. So in this way, the sprint backlog is taken, and the backlog items are then expanded by team in this form. Says a slicing is done, and then a time is taken. That 30 days, every 24 hours. What happens here in this time, that in Scrum there is a daily meeting of 15 minutes, and team members, they respond to basics. What did you do since last Scrum meeting, sir? Do you have any problems, sir? What will you do before next meeting? These all things are discussed, and then new functionality is demonstrated at the end of this sprint. Then we come to the DSDM, or Dynamic Systems Development Method, and this is promoted by DSDM Consortium. And what are the distinguishing feature of this DSDM as compared to others that we have discussed? In most of the aspects, it is similar to XP or ASD, but they have nine guiding principles. That is, active user involvement is imperative. The DSDM teams can make decisions, so they are empowered to take decisions. And frequent delivery is the key focus. The product delivery is the key focus, and the fitness for business purpose is, if you want acceptance of deliverables, the fitness of business purpose is quite essential. The criteria is like this, and for accurate business solution, this DSDM consortium has said iterative and incremental development is important and necessary to converge on an accurate business solution. And all changes during development, they are reversible. This is very important. All changes are reversible, and requirements are baseline at a high level. Again, throughout the life cycle, the testing is integrated. DSDM life cycle is like this. We have a pre-project, feasibility, foundations, exploration, engineering, and deployment, and then post-project. That is, in DSDM, again, it is an agile software development approach that provides a framework for building and maintaining systems while meeting tight time constraints through the use of incremental prototyping in a controlled project environment. So this philosophy of DSDM is borrowed from modified version of the Pareto principle. That is, 80% of an application can be delivered in 20% of the time it would take to deliver the complete 100% application. And DSDM is an iterative software process, as we just said, in which each iteration follows the 80% rule always. Then we come to the Crystal. Crystal was proposed by Cogman and Hinsmith. What are the key features of Crystal? First, actually, a family of process models. Crystal is a family of process models. It allows the maneuverability, which is based on the problem characteristics, and the communication should be face to face. Also, it suggests the use of reflection workshop, how to review the work habits of the team. For that, it emphasizes on the reflection workshops. Then FDD, or feature driven development, originally proposed by Peter Core, feature driven development. So here the name, it suggests itself the idea of this development, that is the feature. So FDD, it has certain distinguishing feature. First, it emphasizes on defining the features. So a feature is a client valued function that can be implemented in 2 weeks or less. 2 weeks, that is 15 days. And the users of functional, like we used in functional aspects and other type of developments, that okay, this is the function requirement, this is the second function requirement. Here it is being said that we'll use the feature template like this. What is the action, what is it for, and to an object. So the feature list is created and plan by feature is conducted. As you can see, everything is going on the basis of the feature, and the design and construction, they merge in FDD. So they are single phase in FDD. In FDD, we develop an overall model first of all, that is more shape than the content. Then we build a feature list like this. Features are there, a list of feature which are grouped into set of subject areas, and then we plan by feature. A development plan, class owners, feature set owners are involved here, and these two are combined, designing and building. That is, a design package, first of all, the sequence and the complete client valued function is created. LSD, lean software development. This has also adapted the principle of lean manufacturing to the world of software engineering, lean software development. And the principle, this lean principle that has actually inspired this LSD, they can be summarized at what aspects are there in lean. First is to eliminate the waste, build the quality, create the knowledge, defer the commitment, deliver the product fast, and respect people, and optimize the whole. So these principles can be adapted to the software processes. For instance, if you take this eliminate waste within the context of the agile software project, how can we interpret this eliminate waste? It means adding no extraneous features or function. Those which are required should be there, and then assessing the cost and schedule impact of a newly requested requirement, and also removing any superfluous process steps. Establishing mechanism to improve the way team members they can find information, and then ensuring that the test finds as many errors which is possible, and then reducing the time required to request and get a decision that affects the software on the process that is applied to create it, and streamlining the manner in which the information is transmitted to all stakeholders involved in the process. This can be considered in eliminating the waste. Then the agile modeling by Scott Amber, and Amber has said in agile modeling that first we have to model with a purpose. We use multiple models, we travel light, and content is more important than the representation. And we know the models and tools we use to create them, and then we adapt locally. AUP, Agile Unified Processes. In this AUP, it adopts a serial in the large and iterative in the small. Serial in the large and iterative in the small philosophy for building computer-based system. And by adopting the classical, unified modeling, AUP phased activities like inception, unified processes, inception, elaboration, construction, transition. AUP provides a serial overlay of, say, the previous one, that is a linear sequence of software engineering activities that would enable a team to visualize the overall process follow-up or flow for a software project. So each AUP iteration addresses certain properties. So what it can be, let us see. First, modeling. Each AUP iteration is, because it is again iterative. First, modeling, implementation, then testing, then deployment, and configuration, project management, and environment management. So it has come from the unified process only. Along with it says serial in large and iterative in the small. So these were some agile methodologies, and most of the time we concentrate on XP in Scrum, and others are also being taken and carried out and followed by many companies. So thank you so much. This was Agile Development.